Yeah. They mad, they hate, and irritated. Wow. Close your mouth, you can save it without a doubt. Yeah. You won't claim it, you is a slouch. Live in your mom's basement. They mad, they hate, and irritated. Yeah. Stop complaining, stop back chasing. Can't wait for it, you gotta take it.
What it do is your boy Lifeline. Lifeline presents bringing to you GOAT Metrics. This is episode 31. We got Benny Blanco in the building. What up, B?
What's going on, man? Chilling. What's good?
Okay, we got Se7en Sign in the building. What's going on, Se7en?
What it do? Glad to be here.
That's what's up. I'm glad for everybody to be here too, man. Make the show much greater when we got all three participants.
That's what's up.
When the draft is over, you know, Cooper Flagg is the number one guy. We're gonna speak on him a little bit later, but we stepped away from the GOAT metrics because the playoffs started and it was a good playoffs run. We all know OKC has the title. But before I get into that, we're gonna go to number 28, which is Westbrook. Before I get into that, I don't know what's going on, but Apple Podcast then flagged a few of our shows.
Really?
I'm serious. I went on YouTube. The shows is still there. It's like episode 15, 18, 20, and 22. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to listen to these shows and see where they might have flagged us at. They flagged it. You can't play that content on Apple Podcasts.
Must be the N-word or something.
I don't know what it is, but we shall see. But let's get right back into the all-time, the GOAT Metrics all-time list. We got number 28, Russell Westbrook. He got 92 points and he played 16 years because this is from beginning when the NBA started to 23-24. We don't have 24-25 season yet. So he played one more year, but this is Westbrook at 92 points. He played 16 years. He got one MVP for 5 points, 2 scoring titles for 20 points, 3 assist titles for 30 points, 9 All-NBA for 27 points, and he's number 8 on the all-time assist leaders. I'm going to go to you first, B. What do you feel about Westbrook's career? Since you're a point guard, how you feel about Westbrook's career?
I love Russ. I love the way he plays the game. Always on 100. His athleticism is out the roof. What he was able to accomplish, he averaged a triple-double. It's crazy in this day and age. But when Russ was Russ, he was a major problem. Like he's putting 100% attacking the rim, and defense is just driving defense is crazy. And his ability to pass the ball, and again, his athleticism and the way he played the game is just amazing. And I just, it's inspiration for me. Like you said, I'm a guard, and what he was doing at the guard position was crazy. So definitely well deserved for us.
Yes, definitely. Seth, what you feel about Westbrook's career?
You know what? I'm gonna agree with Ben on probably 99.9% of the he said. I mean, Russell Westbrook, whether he was your favorite player or not, he had a career that you can't take anything away from. And I think he's one of those type of players that whether you like him, whether you like his style, you have to respect what he's done. Like he's always 100%. Russ is one of those guys that I don't think get enough credit for. When they hit the floor, he gonna give you 110% every time. Like he said, athletic. And while he wasn't a super tall guard, when we talk about big guards, he was built differently than a lot of these guards. Like he was able to push a lot of these regular point guards around because of his muscular build and his athleticism. I love Russ. I think that it's been a couple of moments I can say, hey, if he wouldn't have took certain shots, maybe, OKC would have won the title. But at the end of the day, I have nothing but respect for Russell Westbrook's game, for what he's brought to the NBA, and him as a person. Nothing but respect.
Okay, that's what's up. Sometimes I gotta say, excuse me, guys, when y'all talking, if I'm not engaged, because when I was reading his stat line, I was thinking about something that was eye-popping, because we could go back again, like some of his greatest moments that we think that he had. But right now, because when I was reading his thing and seeing that he has 2 scoring titles and 3 assist titles, I think how many players have 2 or more scoring titles and 2 or more assist titles?
Not too many.
Yeah, not too many. See, I didn't do the research like that because I just wrote it up today. So,
James Harden,
would you say?
James Harden might be one.
I'm not too sure if he got the assist titles.
Yeah.
I don't know if he does, but you might be right, Sam. You might be right. So it might be him. And by the top of the head, I would think Oscar Robertson, but then I don't know. Because Oscar Robertson at that time, they had Wilt and everything. But that for us having this type of discussion of what he did that has possibly never been done, or if it's been done, it been few people, that let you know about Russell Westbrook career.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys. Yeah, he's one of those guys that I had wished had got a championship.
Yeah, me too. Definitely.
Yeah. As hard as he played, and some might say erratic, some might say that, he might say, because he definitely don't have no conscience.
No, well, you know what? That's why I like him a lot, because going back to my playing days, I got erratic sometimes, and it's all part of it.
Yeah, and that's the beautiful thing about it. But when it comes to point guards, to be honest with you, and we don't give him no credit. Like, to be honest with you, when he played this year, he'll step into the 10,000 mark.
Right.
And he got over 26,000 points and over 10,000 assists once this year starts, and he get a few more assists. Ain't too many guys got 25,000 points and 10,000 assists.
Yeah.
But you know what? That's very interesting. Like, when you talk about top point guards, his name rarely comes up. But yeah, the dude averaged a triple-double more than once.
Nah, that's a fact.
Yeah, so and I don't know. I think the championships is what's hurting him, and then some of his some of the smoke that follow him. Because he's not your favorite player, favorite person. He could be your favorite player.
Right.
He's not your favorite player, favorite person.
Right.
Because Russell has a different type of personality.
Right.
Like, he's not kumbaya,
Nah. But that's one of the things I love about him. Like, when he said, I don't have friends when I step on this court. Like, if you're not on my team, we're not friends. Like, I love that. Like, I'm here to destroy you. And he had that Mamba mentality, just not that Mamba fadeaway. So if he had both, he might have a title,
Yeah. And I respect him too, because he do more than just basketball. So that's really right to me too. He do more than just basketball. So I always salute guys who do more, and could keep his name out of the tabloids,
That's a fact.
Because right now these young guys is going viral, and it ain't for no jump shot.
They shooting up something, but it ain't at the rim.
Yeah. All right, now we're gonna go to number 29, which is Steve Nash. He played 18 years. He got 91 GOAT metric score. He has 2 MVPs for 10 points, 7 All-NBAs for 21 points, 5 assist titles for 50 points, and he's number 5 on assist list. That's Steve Nash with 91 points. I'm gonna go to you first, Sam. How do you feel about Steve Nash?
The same way the Brooklyn Nets felt about Steve Nash. He's getting way too much credit and he shouldn't be here.
Whoa.
Listen.
Whoa.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it because I'm a Steve Nash fan. I always thought he was a poor man's why am I having a brain freeze right now? Utah Jazz, Stockton. I always felt like he was a poor man's John Stockton. If you didn't have, Gatorade, you could get you some Powerade. That was Steve Nash.
Okay.
I feel like the NBA didn't want to make certain people the face of the NBA certain seasons, so they allowed him to win some MVPs. Maybe one of them I could agree with, but come on, I'm with you, Shaq. We all know what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I really don't think he should be as high on the list as he is. I don't think you can take away from obviously his 5 assist titles. Like you say, awards and titles. It's a difference. You know what I'm saying? So I think the all NBAs, the MVPs, I think it may have been a little biased. So, and I'm taking nothing away from Nash. He's another player that never won a title. I think he made it to the conference finals, if I'm not mistaken. In that one season where they were cheated, obviously, because of the refs, but we won't get into that. But I just never saw him as one of the greatest. You know what I'm saying? So I think he's a little high. I don't even think him and Russell Westbrook should be mentioned in the same breath or level. And that's just a personal opinion.
Wow. That was very personal. When they say personal opinion, that was real personal right there.
Oh yeah, like I know him. You know what I'm saying?
Hey Benny, how you feel about Steve Nash's career?
That was a good take on that. I like that. It was harsh, but to the point. But I'm gonna say in the same likes, like I like Steve Nash a lot. He was never really a defender. It was mostly all on the offensive end. Like Sev said, you can't take away the 5 assist titles. You know, he earned that. You can't take that away. I remember they had a really good run, and I think it was against the Spurs. I think they broke his nose, and
Busted
that
a hand with
and
stitches.
that was the end of that. That was their year right there.
That
That
was
was
the
their year.
season the refs cheated. That was the season the
Yeah,
refs got caught for
yeah.
gambling.
I remember that, and I kind of felt for him at that point.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they're gonna raise the bar for him, because of image and all that stuff, and I get it. But yeah, I wouldn't put him as high as other guards. I like him a lot and I respect him, but I wouldn't put him high as like Russ and these other guards at all
Mm-hmm.
either.
Yeah, and the funny thing, I'm with y'all. Like Steve Nash had a hell of a career, and if you didn't really look at his career, you wouldn't know how great it was. Because even to have 5 assist titles is big to
Oh
lead.
yeah.
Anytime you can lead the league at anything 5 times, say you was a hell of a player.
Right,
Mm-hmm.
right.
He got 2 MVPs for doing that. It's just amazing that John Stockton led the league in assists 9 times, and he don't have
Mm-hmm.
MVP.
Facts.
I just let you know it was a different city, a different era where,
Different era.
yeah. So Phoenix was up and coming. They had Stoudemire, they had a lot of great players. They was
Right.
the impact, and they was playing during the Kobe and Shaq era. So
Correct.
it was real big, and Steve Nash led his team. And some of those MVPs, some people say one of them he didn't deserve. Some people say 2 of them he didn't deserve. You know,
Yeah.
but the recipe for MVPs, it kind of goes left to right. Because sometimes they might say the best team, or might go to the best player, or the best player that's not the best team but close to the best team. So it just depends. But what we have to say that he did have some hellacious careers. I was just surprised that he didn't have no steals title. It kind of surprised me a little bit.
Not
Mhm.
me so much, because he never played defense. And
Yeah,
I think most
They
small
have to.
guards like that, they they're sneaky, they're small, they can steal the ball. But he ran from defense. Like
Yeah.
sometimes I thought he was playing offense on both sides of the ball.
you know one
They
thing.
had to. They always covered for him.
Yeah, definitely.
You
Definitely.
know one thing that they do give Steve Nash credit for?
50, 40, 90 club.
Yeah,
Yeah.
50-40-90 club, and then to be so skilled. Like they
That's
say, his fundamentals is subpar because he teaches foot movement, hand-eye coordination to different NBA players, and
that's a
he
fact.
with things. So Steve Nash, even on a coach's level or a trainer level, is subpar. And then I think he
Right.
plays soccer, and I think that's probably why his footwork is so great.
Oh no, he definitely was a soccer player. Um, and he might have been just as good at soccer as he was basketball, excuse us, football. You know, you gotta say it correctly when nobody comes looking for me.
All right, now we go to number 30. Number 30 is Kawhi Leonard. This is Seb's favorite player. All right. He has 89 points, and this is 12 years. So he has 2 chips for 20 points, 2 finals MVPs for 10 points, 6 all NBA for 18 points, 7 all defensive for 21 points, 2 defensive player of the year for 10 points, and 1 steals titles for 10 points. That's Kawhi Leonard for 89 points. I'm gonna pass this back to Seb B. I gotta hear this guy take, man. I gotta hear his take on Kawhi, man.
All right, well, I'm gonna get right into it, man. Kawhi, the broken claw Leonard. You know what I'm saying? Let's
Well,
Paul, don't make no more shoes, Kawhi. We don't like them. We don't want them. Okay? We don't want them. But
man.
Kawhi Leonard, first of all, was prematurely put on the all-time list. I really believe he was prematurely put on that list. Not to take away from what he did when he did play, but I think it was a premature situation when you look at guys like Dwight Howard and stuff like that. But outside of that, what he was able to accomplish in the short amount of time that he did is nothing less than amazing. It's nothing less than amazing. At one point, I think Kawhi may have been the closest player to Michael in the league, in this era. He played both sides of the ball, always. He always gave you 100% on both sides of the ball. He was a hell of a defender. Perimeter, like he was just great. Wasn't much of a great shooter, but his mid-range was amazing. When it comes to mid-range, I don't think there's too many people that's better than Kawhi when it comes to the mid-range, except for I can't even think of his name right now. But in any event, I'm gonna give him his respect. I don't think he should be on the all-time list, but clearly, according to the GOAT metrics, he has 89 points. So you can't take that away from him. And even looking at why he has the points, only thing I think I would ever try to take away would be the 1 finals MVP. The first one that he won against Golden State. Other than that, I mean, the numbers speak for themselves, man. He's amazing.
Nah, I get it. Hey, Benny, what you think about Kawhi Leonard's career?
Well, I'm only gonna judge when he does play. I'm gonna ignore all the missed games. Forget it, because like, what are you gonna do? So when he played and he was successful, to me, he was like a Dennis Rodman that can score.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? His
Mm.
when you look at at him as a player, the first thing that jumps out is defense. You know, and amazing defense,
Yeah.
perimeter, steals, rebound, everything, lockdown. And then he goes on these runs where he can really score the basketball. So, didn't he win a chip with San Antonio?
Yeah.
Two. Yeah. I'm sorry. One. He won one with them and one with Toronto. Uh-huh.
Yeah, the run with San Antonio, I enjoyed watching that because I was so used to the Duncan, Parker, Ginobili, and then they throw Kawhi in there, and everybody's like, "Who the hell is this guy?" And he's
Right.
killing it, and he's running end to end, playing defense, running lane, hitting jumpers. Like he had an amazing series.
Yeah. Okay, B. Hey, y'all have mixed opinions. Both of y'all say he's great. You know, Seb always thought he was brought on it prematurely, and then at the same time, in his 12-year career, to have that many points in 12 years, tell you, and then he don't even play full years. Like even in them 12 years, he barely played. So it's even like what Ben say. So I feel it because I felt like a lot of things with Kawhi was prematurely. I didn't like it when they were saying like he's one of the greatest small forwards. I didn't like these type of things. He don't have enough points. He don't have enough there. But one thing he do have is accomplishments. He has accomplishments. Like he went out here when he was healthy, he was top notch. He was top notch. And just like what Ben said, him averaging 25 points a game, 26, 27. It's like even though if it be like for 30 games.
Right.
But he still was getting it. And then for him to be one of the only players, I know Seb say sometimes just because you're the only player, that don't mean nothing. But he has like 2 chips, 2 finals MVPs, and then he has 2 defensive players of the year. Like that put him in rare air. Ain't too many guys that have that type of accolades. And then,
That's what I'm saying.
yeah. And what Ben said, because Ben, that's why I love this, because me and Seb is like Statman, and Ben be have the eye test. Because now you got me really thinking about that series.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He changed that series.
Oh yeah.
He did.
He changed, and when he's healthy, he's a game changer.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
When he's healthy, I never forget when they was playing against Golden State, Toronto, or even when they was playing when he was in San Antonio and they was playing. I don't know if it was OKC or it could have been Golden State. I think it was Golden State when he got hurt the first time or whatever. He was impacting the game before he got hurt.
No, I agree. I think that they may have won that series.
Yeah.
I do believe that.
Yeah.
I believe they were in a good position. And I think that they would have gave that Golden State, like Kevin Durant and all, like if he would have stayed with San Antonio, even though he won with Toronto, and I don't know all of the ins and outs of what happened in San Antonio, but that team, they were ready to build around Kawhi, whatever he needed. Like, this is your team now. And I hate that I didn't get to see him and Aldridge really play together. I was looking forward to that.
Yeah.
So, I think and I also think, I'll say this, in Kawhi's greatness, I think that he disappointed us a lot with what he could have been. Like that whole experiment with him and Paul George down in LA, man, that could have been amazing. I look at that the same way I look at the net situation with KD and Harden and, you know what I'm saying, Kyrie. Like, that should have been so much greater than what we got.
Yeah, I don't think they have enough hospitals in LA with those guys over there, man.
Nah, they gotta go to General Hospital, baby. That's
Yo, something wrong with y'all, but that's the thing. That's why it was disappointment as a team, but I don't know how much he contributed to that, because when he did play, and is one of them guys is like, like I have a family member, right? This guy's kind of he gets missing. But when he's there, he's the best. but it's hard to get him. You know what I mean?
Trying to figure out if you talking about me or the person that made me. I ain't really sure.
Hey,
You go either way.
the season over. There's no more shooting right now.
All right, that's what's up. We're gonna talk about this later.
I just have a family, but I tell anybody, I'm a family, I'm like, yo, you heard from such and such, I say, when you catch him, he's a jack of all trades.
He is amazing.
Yeah.
He is.
But his biggest trade is staying missing. Yo, all right. Yeah, I want to tell you anything about Kawhi.
I do.
Okay, well, go ahead, brother.
All right. Did I mention that his shoes are ugly? We don't want no. But no, seriously, I just want to explain why, because I think Kawhi is great, and I think he would have been great. The reason I always go so hard about the premature placement is when you look at the actual record, like look at when Kawhi came in. He came in what, 2011, 11-12 season?
Mm-hmm.
And we probably didn't know who Kawhi was until that championship run. What year was that? Maybe 2014-15 season?
Which one?
The first one that he won with San Antonio.
Yeah, like 2014.
Right. So from 2014 to 2015 season, and then when they did the NBA, I mean the greatest of all time, the greatest, the 100 or 75, was only a few years. You know what I'm saying? It was a 4 or 5 year gap. So I always felt like it was so premature because there's players that had accomplished so much more, and they did it for a longer period of time. So even if their stats seemed a little lower because of the stretch, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I always go so hard about the premature placement for him. Because, like you said, they were like, yo, Kawhi's the greatest player in the NBA right now. It's between him and LeBron. Who's the king of LA? Like, and we didn't get any of that. It's just like when, Jesus, why am I having this brain freeze? For New Orleans, boy, everybody thought it was the second coming. Zion. When Zion came in the league, me and Life argued. Mm-hmm. We argued. And I was like, Zion is not going to be a great player because his frame, he's not going to play a lot.
Yeah.
And that was one of the things I said. I was like, hindsight's 2020. I said, when people look back and be like, New Orleans got Zion, they going to wish they would have got Morant. I said, they going to wish they would have got Morant. And that's how I feel about Kawhi. Like, I think we put more into what he was going to be into what he was. And that's my issue with the early placement.
Okay. All right. The top 75 list came out. It was announced in 2021, but they said it expanded to 21-22 NBA season.
Okay.
So in all actuality, Kawhi had his 2 championships.
Mm-hmm.
He had most of his accolades. So I get what you're saying. It still was prematurely, but most of his stuff, like he hasn't got a lot of stuff after that.
Right.
He's all like NBA last year, maybe third or whatever. Like he's still getting a little 3 points here, 3 points here. But the bulk of his stuff he already had then.
Right. And that's a fact.
It was just better than a lot of other guys' careers. That was the whole thing. His numbers don't add up, but his accolades do.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna get straight to it. This Cooper Flagg. This is the first question right now. Like we did the GOAT metrics, Kawhi. Well, anybody say anything you want to say about Russ or Steve Nash, or we just move forward?
No, we can keep it moving.
Okay. NBA draft went on. Benny, question number 4, we're going to go to the Knicks. But right now, we at the number 1 question right now. And it's Cooper Flagg to Dallas, the number 1 pick. We all knew this. We all knew this, and it's just ironic that Luka go and Flag come. I'm not saying nothing. Yeah, I leave the conspiracy stuff to my cousin Tuck. I leave the I leave the conspiracy stuff to my cousin Tuck.
Facts.
See? But he played at Duke. He averaged 19.2 points, 7.5 rebounds, 4.2 assists, 1.4 steals, and 1.4 blocks. It was the player of the year. And I'm gonna say this: what you think about him, his game so far, and do you think that he's gonna be rookie year? So it's a two-part question. Tell me how you feel about Cooper Flagg being drafted to Dallas, and then tell me, do you believe that he's gonna be the rookie of the year? We're gonna start with you first, B.
It's a lot of hype. It's a lot of hype. He has to back that up. But so far, he looks good, man. He looks very skilled. He's young, so he got the speed. Apparently what they're saying is he has a good motor, so he's very motivated and he wants to get better. But as far as skills, he was out there playing with the NBA players and he was giving them the business, So let's just wait and see. You just never know. But so far, so good. But what I've seen so far, he's not super athletic, but he has enough. He has good speed. He has a jump shot. He can handle the ball. Obviously, he'll have to get stronger, but so far, I think he's going to be very successful. Now, where are they going to play him? Are they going to play him at the 1? I don't think he's a 1. I think he's more like a 2. A 2 or 3, and we'll see how he can handle the NBA guys guarding 2s and 3s. But so far, he looks good to me.
So do you project him as being a rookie of the year?
Too early. The other kid apparently is super talented too. I saw his highlights and he looks impressive. The kid that went to he wasn't happy to go there. I think it was the number 2 pick.
No, you talking the guy that went to Utah?
Yeah, him.
He was the number 5 pick. Yeah.
He looks good.
Yeah. Yeah. So Seb, what you feel about I'm surprised at you about the rookie of the year, but I'll use it on my take. Seb, how do you feel about Cooper Flagg going to Dallas? And then do you believe that he's gonna be rookie of the year? 2-part question.
Okay, so I'm gonna answer the second one first. Rookie of the year? No. I would probably go with either Ace Bailey or Dylan Harper. I think one of them might be rookie of the year. I like the way they play a little better. Cooper Flagg, as good as he is right now, that's the best he'll ever be.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. And when I say that, I mean 19 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. That's the best he'll ever be. That's the best he'll ever do. Not to say he won't be a good NBA player or he won't even have a good career. It's just that stat line. That person is the best that we're ever going to see from him when it comes to the NBA. I think to answer your question, I think that they'll probably play him at the point forward. I think they'll put him at the 3, looking at Dallas's, roster. And it is pretty weird that Luka's gone and he's here and we're talking about the same position. I can't spell conspiracy, so I'm not going to try to. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, I think that that's what it's going to be from Cooper Flagg. He's not athletic at all, but really Luka wasn't either. Right. But Luka had the benefit of having been playing with grown men for the last 10 years before he even joined the NBA. Right. So Cooper Flagg, I think that he plays well in a system, especially a system that's built around his talent. I think he's a really good passer. Not so much of a great ball handler, a decent shooter, but he does apply himself on defense. And that is one of the things that I like about him. He does play hard on both sides of the ball, but no, I don't think he's going to be rookie of the year. I think, like I said, what you got from him right now is the best you'll ever see from Coop.
Wow. Y'all guys is pretty rough. Y'all guys is pretty rough. I mean, and Fab, so let me say this before I go into my take. You saying he will never be a 20-point scorer. You said
Not a 27-4. No. If he's 20, I don't see it. So I'm gonna say no.
Okay. All right. Well, to me, I feel like this was, of course, a great selection. He was the best player in college. And when I say that, I know a lot of other guys did a lot of other things. But when you play for Duke, you playing with other talent.
That's a fact.
So therefore, your 19 could be 25 in the NBA. Because these college kids, right now, when you go to the league, they kind of focus on certain players. And right now, I believe his talent is bad. I watched his stats. Like, he shoot about 49% from the field. Shoot about 38 from three-point range. He got good handle. He averages a steal and a block. So, I mean, he's playing defense. He has attitude. And he's more athletic than you guys think. I've seen him, like, double pump it backwards, like, dunk on people. So he's a little bit more athletic than y'all give him credit for. So I believe that he's gonna be rookie of the year, and if he's not, he's gonna be a close second. And the reason being right now is I got a not for nothing. I didn't tell you about my not for nothing. I'm about to sneak a not for nothing there before this next question. I got a little not, but I'm not even gonna drag it or nothing. But I think that the way the league is going, they need him now. So I think rookie of the year. I think great position. I think by Kyrie being out, he will be able to develop quicker.
Right.
You know? So he's in the best situation. Now, let me go to my quick not for nothing. Because he's a Cooper Flagg not for nothing. So I'm throwing the flag in. I believe that Cooper Flagg, and hopefully he give the NBA what Catlin Clark did to the WNBA. For the last 20 years, the NFL has been the #1 league. I believe that Cooper Flagg could bridge the gap and make us a little closer. Because they finally got an American-born white boy. America is kind of happy. And he has the name. This is almost like it was written. White men have got a flag back in the NBA. They have something to cheer about. We might get some more guys. This is the best white boy projected since Larry Bird. Like, we had J.J. Redick, we had Christian Laettner, we had other white guys that had a lot of talent, Kevin Love, and some of them played good, but none of them had this type of commotion behind them. And none of them had this type of name with 2 G's. You know what I mean? So I hope that the flag really brings the fans back to the NBA. And one thing that they're going to realize, because he has attitude. I see him dunk on people and stick his chest out. I seen him yelling, do his little LeBron, like after he get an N1. So I hope that he put the light on the game and bring the fans back to the NBA that we lost to the NFL. And sometimes I think it's just because white America don't have one of them on to cheer. That's my not for nothing.
All right. Well, let me say this. Not for nothing, this is one of those episodes that's going to get flagged. No, but seriously, I get where you're coming from, especially with, the NFL being the #1. more than likely it's always going to be that because they play, once a week, twice a week now. So, they get the opportunity. People watch the NFL because that's all that's on that Sunday. There's 20 basketball games on a day. But in any event, everything you said, I agree with, and it sounds great, but that's predicated on the fact that he can make a great transition from college to the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
That's all predicated on that because with us knowing that, we know that he's going to have a hard road in the NBA. Because the same thing you saying, the NBA players are saying the same thing. We're not about to let him come in here and skate his way through. It's not going to be easy. So it's all predicated on if you can make that transaction. And you're right about the attitude. As far as the athleticism, if you 6'9", you should be dunking on people. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the things that I loved about Luka. That attitude, that bump you, talk, you know what I'm saying? Talk your stuff, Luka. And hopefully Flagg can give us that. And I'm going to go as far as to say this, not only for white America, but for America in general. And the reason that I say that is because we all know we're in a bad place. And I agree with you 100%. But it's predicated on if he can make that transition. And I don't know if he has anything more in him.
I think sometimes when you carry in the cross, so to speak, you dig you dig deep.
That's a fact.
I think
that's a fact.
Yeah, I think right now, I've seen the young boy for the last couple of years with mainly highlights. Watching games at Duke. I believe he has the it factor. I believe he has it. So I can't wait for the NBA season to start. And I'm even happy that Kyrie is injured right now because I don't want to dim his light right now.
That's the key.
Right. He'll get more time.
That's the key for him because he's going to be able to play right away.
Yeah.
And if you look at the history of Duke players that enter the NBA, they do better when they get to the NBA. Zion, he's doing his thing, but if you compare Zion to average NBA players, he's better than them, but he's not the superstar that he should be.
Well, and you're absolutely right, because in Zion's case, like Life said, when he plays, he's amazing. When Zion plays, he's a top 5 player easily. And you're also right about the statement of Duke players getting better. Right. That seems to be the trend.
Yeah.
Most cases, those Duke players only play for a year.
Yeah.
So that peak is always going to go up. Cooper Flagg played for a couple of years. So and most great players don't play that many years in college, especially not in this era.
I thought he only played 1 year.
That's what I thought.
I thought he played 2.
I played 1 year.
I think it's only 1.
I thought he played 2 years.
It's only 1.
Okay.
He's like 18, 19 years old.
No, he's I don't even think he's 19 yet. The reason I said I thought he played 2 years, I think he went to college at 17.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna see. This could be one thing. The season is gonna be great, and I hope that Anthony Davis is healthy. But check this out.
Wait, I'm sorry. Before you continue, I just wanted to say, because you brought something up earlier, and it was an amazing fact. So I actually looked it up while we were talking. I used Land of Basketball. Russell Westbrook is the only player to have 2 scoring titles and 2 assist titles. Yeah, he's the only. James Harden has 2 scoring titles and 1 assist title, something like that. Maybe even 3 and 1. But Russ is the only player to have 2 and 2. So that was big.
Yeah, put more respect on his name, man.
Yeah,
not just the triple doubles. Yeah,
when we talking about point guards, his name needs to be coming up.
That's a fact. Yeah. That's a fact.
Okay, this question right here It say the number 2 question is your top 3 rookies all time that you've seen, or you could say your favorite rookies you ever seen. I'm gonna let Ben go first. What's your top 3 rookies you ever seen?
Top 3.
Favorite. You can say your favorite or the best, however you want to go.
Well, I would say the ones that I saw come into the league and it was like a major impact right away from the beginning. In the basketball I've watched, I'm gonna say 2 of them were from Orlando when Penny and Shaq. Like the impact that they came in and they were effective right away. I don't know if both of them won Rookie of the Year or not. I would assume so. Was crazy. And then Kobe, as far as I've seen, like the mega hype and everything that came with it, even though Kobe didn't have that great of a year his first year, but you can see the talent on the court and the impact. So I'm gonna say those 3.
I got you, bro. I got you. You went, and that was a good one. That was a good one. So I'm gonna try to go. I'm gonna let Seb go, and then we see where it goes. Because I might just say I would say Penny or something, but I'm gonna add because there was so many rookies I've seen.
Right.
And I'm gonna shock y'all with one, But go ahead, Seb.
All right, so I'm gonna go obviously with 28.2 points, 6.5 rebounds, 5.9 assists, and 2.4 steals in his rookie season. The GOAT, Mr. Michael Jeffrey Jordan. How can you not? And he took his team to the playoffs, and I think they went. I think I got it down from 27-55 to 38-44 in his rookie season. So of course I'm going with Michael Jordan. The second one I'm gonna go with, and this is gonna be crazy. Well, the second one is Shaquille O'Neal. 23 points, 13 rebounds, 2 assists, 3.5 blocks his rookie season, and had I think a plus 20 win share. So gotta go with Shaq. And not only that, but his dominance. The way he came into the league, just like dunking and breaking rims, like it was amazing. Now with this third one, tricky, because I got 2 people. I know we're only supposed to pick 3. And the reason I got 2 is because one of them is Blake Griffin.
I was gonna say him.
Wow, because Blake Griffin averaged 22, 12, and 3. But his rookie season, he was hurt. So this was actually his second season. He didn't play his first season. So that's why I question mark that. And then my would be Tim Duncan. Because we all know what happened to San Antonio the year before. And then Tim came in 21, 11, 2 assists, and 2.5 blocks, made all defensive team, got a couple of MVP votes. Like, he was an amazing rookie. And I want to say, what was it? The very next season, they won the championship. So definitely those guys. So I put Tim Duncan and Blake Griffin. They're both number 3 for me. I had to tie him up, man.
Hey, he got an extra one in there. Yeah. So I got to slide one in. I got to put my man Grant Hill in there.
Okay. I thought you was going to put Mark Jackson.
Mark Jackson won Rookie of the Year. You're right about that.
I thought you was going to put Mark Jackson. When I wrote this down, I thought that was going to be one of your answers.
It should have been.
And didn't Grant Hill split it, right?
Grant Hill is split it with somebody. Who he split it with? Jason Kidd.
Yeah, I'm since y'all picked all the good ones, I'm gonna take the rest. I picked the guys. Seb picked Tim Duncan. Blake Griffin was my throw-in guy because I knew nobody was gonna say him. So, and then I was gonna use Shaq. I had so many different guys to go. So I'm gonna go with Captain Obvious. Because
I need to get my crown.
Yeah. I gotta go Captain Obvious because Seb said Jordan, which I like. Jordan, the last guy to average that much. Jordan
Right.
last guy to average over 25 as a rookie. So you know what I
Right.
mean? So I had to go, I was gonna go Jordan, but since I'm gonna switch it up because y'all took all my guys, I want to throw some guys in there too, just to give the audience to hear other great guys, rookie year. I gotta go with King James. It was great to see his first year, to see what he did, to see this young kid, and he's the greatest rookie I've ever seen in my time that didn't play college basketball.
Mm.
Yeah, like
Mhm.
other two guys I'm about to name played college. All right, and all three of the guys I'm about to name average over 20.
Okay.
So LeBron averaged over 20. Carmelo Anthony averaged over 20. And it was a good year to see Carmelo and LeBron James. I mean, I was running looking at their stats.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, if the internet was here, was I buying the paper? It's so long ago. I don't know. I don't know.
Right.
And easy money sniper.
Okay.
When I seen that dude at Texas, right? And my Lou, my brother-in-law Lou, he'll tell you, man. I was telling him about the boy from Texas. I said that boy from Texas is tough. He's tough. He's frail. Like you can push him down by sneezing at him. You know what I mean? But when he put that ball up, oh my God. And then when he got into the league, like, and the funny thing, Durant is so much of, but now if you really think about it, the guys I'm naming, if you really think about it, I'm gonna say something funny, right? Carmelo, LeBron, and KD, they don't even look nothing like their rookie year.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
It looked like that's somebody else.
That's
like,
a fact.
They were such a baby. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't even look like themselves.
Nah, that's a fact. You're right.
If you see a picture of KD, I don't know who that dude is. You know, we had the Seattle jersey. I don't know who that guy is. You know what I mean?
Right. He was only
3 guys.
18, 19.
Yeah, those are my 3 guys that I watched. I'd have picked MJ and other guys, but I had to add some more guys to it. And the reason I brought this up because I did a Google search of NBA players that averaged over 25 as a rookie. And we'll talk about that another time. We'll talk about the numbers of the all-time rookies.
Okay.
Well, all right. So now question number 3 is Boston cleaning house. Yeah, I spoke on him. I told y'all that Jaylen Brown should go for Green for Green over there from Houston to go to Phoenix because Phoenix need a different type of player, and I felt like Jaylen Brown would have been that. But anyway, Boston cleaning house with Porzingis and Drew Holiday.
Right.
How you feel about that, Sal?
Well, I think I thought we mentioned it on the last one. I may not have when we talked about. I knew that Porzingis was going. I knew that they were trying to get him to Atlanta for some picks or whatever. But I knew Porzingis was getting traded before the playoffs started. When I saw that Porzingis was hurt, and I really during the playoffs, I knew he was. But they were trying to get him to play, not to win, but to keep his stock up. Like, because he had such a good season that season before that his stock was still a little high. Because we all know Porzingis is injury prone. Like, he's another one. You put him, Kawhi and Paul are 1 and 2. Porzingis might be 3 or 4. So I seen that coming. The Drew Holiday thing, I wasn't sure about.
Okay.
Because he still has a lot to offer to a winning team. But like you said, you're getting these new young guys in. And not for nothing, you called it. You said they were going to clean house. I didn't think they were going to start this early because with them starting now means that they just starting. You know, like they just getting started. So that worries me a little bit in the sense of what else are they going to do? You know, like this is just the beginning. Yeah, but you called it. You definitely did.
Yeah, because I mean, ain't nothing worse than having a big payroll and you don't know what the production is gonna be.
That's a fact.
This is still a business league at the end of the day.
Right.
But B, what you felt about Boston cleaning house?
Well, initially I felt like you saying, cleaning house, that's what we're doing. Um, but I don't know, man. I think, they just got rid of stuff that they didn't baggage. Porzingis at this point was baggage.
Mm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Holiday, he's a good player defensively and good in the locker room and experience. But I think they wanted another shooter, so that's why they got the kid from Portland. So to tell you the truth, they might just hold it right there. I don't think they're gonna do anything else. I think they're gonna stay put. I don't know who that point guard is gonna be. Pritchard will step into that role until they figure out more things. But I think they're gonna stay put after this.
Me personally, I told y'all before, I would get rid of Brown.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. I could spread it out, get 3 players for one,
Mm.
get a few players because this is gonna be a wash season. Because like Seb said Brown needs to just go ahead and take the wheel and just do what they do, and I think that might make him get injured. I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't know.
We're gonna see. We're gonna see.
Yeah, so I'm not even going to talk long about this because I want to get through. Now, number 4 question is the Knicks. They made some moves. When I wrote this, I didn't know they made some moves, but they got Dink, Pat, or Pate, and they got Mohamed, the Wario. I don't know how to say his name. But we got some guys through the draft, and Dink is 6'8" guard. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited about that because when Brunson go out, you need a guard that's productive. So I'm excited about that. Now, how you feel about that, Seb? Or are you even up with someone? Because I'm not really up with all the trades, but me and Ben talked about off air. So how you feel about those trades or those?
Well, when I seen it earlier, I went and I looked into it a little bit, and I had one statement: New York is going to be New York. It seems like one of the biggest frustration with the Knicks for me is they go after players that we already had. And when I say that, I don't mean the exact player, but a player that did those exact things, the players that fit those exact descriptions. And I think you and I discussed that before. It's like you get rid of these 3 players, and then you're like, you know what? I want 3 players that do what they do. I think you used a girl as a metaphor last time. You said you want your girlfriend, you just differently, but you want the same thing. And that's what I look at it, and I'm like, we had those in all of the players that we traded. We had that exact thing. So it's just New York being New York, man. Like, I just see this rotation, and it's like, oh, we gonna do this again. Okay, let's go. Let's do it again. That's what I get from New York, man.
How you feel, B? I know you feel good about it. How you feel, B?
I went and checked it out. So the young kid you spoke about, 6'8", can handle the ball, super athletic. I went and checked out the highlights. Apparently we got him from the G League. So at least he's playing with NBA talent out there. But he looks good. He looks fast, athletic. He can handle. It looks like he got a nice little jump shot. Can he step in and be an impact? We will see. I think he could because we can use him. We need to get faster. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the Knicks is too slow. And then the other guy, Mawawa from the French league. He's been playing in the French league. His game is like Siakam. You know what I'm saying? Slinky. It looks like if you don't step up, he can shoot it on you. He can put it on the floor. but his game is like I saw all his highlight. I thought I was looking at Siakam straight up.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And you know, I said this last year when we was getting beat by Indiana, because Indiana, they was just bigger than us.
Mm-hmm.
So the 6'8" guy is a great pickup because our guards were small, from Brunson
Right.
to what's the other young guy that come out of there with the braids that could shoot?
Deuce.
Deuce, yeah. So him, and now by getting him, and we ain't picked him up yet, but we need a big man. So once we get a big man, even if we could keep Robinson, but once we get a big man to help Cat up that could score as well, we're gonna be good. I'm speeding through here because with time restraints, I wrote a big show.
Well, I just want to mention that we had during a draft pick from years ago. We got this young big man. I'm gonna get his name for you for the next show, but that's another guy. He's gonna play in the summer league. He's a center. He's been playing in the Euro League. He looks good too. Big dude, young, athletic. I'll get his name for you. But anyway, go ahead.
Well, I hope that come through. Now we're gonna go to 2024-25 GOAT metric leaders. All right, and this not includes a chip if that's your only points. So since you play on OKC, you get 10 points. But if that's your only 10 points, you're not gonna make the list.
Gotcha.
You got a team's award. You know what I mean? So right now, we're gonna go through the number one guy is Shea. He got 33 points. He got one chip for 10 points, an MVP for 5 points, a finals MVP 5 points, a scoring title for 10 points, and an All NBA for 33 points. Number two, we got Jalen Williams. He got 16 points. He got a chip, but he got an All NBA and All Defensive team. So he got 16 points. Then we got Dyson Daniels. He got 13 points. He got steals. Then he got All Defensive, and then for a little honorable mention, he had Most Improved Player too. And then number 4 is Evan Mobley. He has 11 points. He has a Defensive Player of the Year for 5 points, an All NBA for 3 points, and an All Defensive for 3 points, which gives him 11 points. And then we have Sabonis, who have 10 points for leading the league in rebounds for the third time straight. Then we have Trae Young. He has 10 points for leading the league in assists. And then we have Wembanyama, who has 10 points for leading the league in blocks. And it's his second season in his second year. So he led the league in blocks in his rookie season and his second season. So how y'all feel about these guys? Y'all want to add anything to this?
Actually, again, shout outs to Shea and Jalen Williams. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty dope right there. And all that shows me is, like I said, the league is changing. It's changing. We giving it to the young boys, and I love it. I'm loving it. And shout outs to Trae Young. This ain't his first time leading the league in assists either. On the low, Trae Young been grabbed up a couple of assist titles.
Yeah, I must have missed that because I was trying to catch.
He only got one.
I don't know. I must have missed it because I was trying to find the guys who had more. You know, like if they had more, I was trying to recognize it.
I think Trae Young, he got a couple assist titles.
Well, yeah, I would say so. But shout outs to him, because I always feel like Trae don't get the proper respect. And I don't know if it's because they don't win, but Trae Young is always like, this dude might average 25 and 10, you know what I'm saying? And he don't get no respect. So much love to Trae, but I'm loving it. I'm loving the young boys taking over.
Do you think it's because they don't win?
As a New York fan, all we have to say is Trae Young is balling.
But do y'all think that they don't win because you think that he don't get the recognition because they don't win?
It's hard to say.
Listen, to tell you the truth, and it's interesting because we spoke about this player earlier, I would compare Trae Young to like Steve Nash. You know what I'm saying? could shoot the three like crazy. That was their weapon. And fast, guard, but will not defend. Cannot defend.
Yeah, he's small. Because Trey, and I apologize, he only has assist title, but he's averaged 25 and 10 and 26 and 10. Like, I mean, on the low to do, and he don't get no respect. It's crazy.
Yeah, I was looking for that.
Yeah.
But he averaged he led the league in assists one time.
Defense.
I think personally it's his hair.
Yo, hold on, what's that? Oh, I got somebody at my door. Hold on.
You could
Trayvon balding.
You could not be the face of the league with that type of hair.
Yo.
And he had that hair since birth. You know what I'm saying? It's just a different type of piece that he has, you know?
Listen, you're not gonna win that battle, son. Let it go.
I don't know if it's thinning or it's just weird. It's just he been an old man since he been 7. You know what I mean?
You out of pocket, man.
So you don't think that when you see him. When I seen him in college shooting like Steph Curry and all that, I'm like, yo, how old is he?
And you know, that's another thing about Trae Young. He has poor shooting percentages. He take a lot of shots.
Volume shooter.
Yeah. And I thought when what's his name? He came from San Antonio to Atlanta, because I wanted New York to go after him.
Right.
I thought that was going to be a good team because they had just went to the Eastern Conference Finals, you know, and they part. You know, I don't know what happened to Atlanta.
They couldn't work it out between them two. I think there was something going on there that wasn't spoke about.
Definitely.
And that's why they shipped them to San Antonio.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna wrap it up, bro. Man, it was a good show, man. We covered a lot. We covered a lot.
Yeah. We did. Yo, when you said, I was like, man, yo, he's making us work tonight.
Right.
Right. I've been wanting to get back to the list because I feel like that's our greatest thing. And right now, before we go, we got like 5 minutes to go before we get cut off, you know? Right now, we're going to rate the guys. We're going to rate, we're going to rate them as far as, do you feel like they belong? A 1 is they belong. A 2 is like, you all right with they spot. And a 3 is like, the hell out of here. Like, this guy don't belong. So we're going to start with number 28, Russell Westbrook. He has 92 points in 16 years. How do you feel about that, Sev? What number do you give him?
I give Russell 1. He definitely belongs.
Okay.
Definitely.
All right, B. What's up with you?
What's the categories? 1, he belongs to.
Yeah. 2, you are right with a spot, you know.
Okay.
And 3, like, get the hell out of here.
No, he's a 1. He's a +1.
Woo.
How about that? He's a +1.
And I'm with y'all. Russ, I salute Russ. He's one and more, like you say, B. He deserved higher, but some of the stuff that he do, they have to have a stat for it.
Right.
All right, now we go to Steve Nash. I'm going to you first, Ben. 1, 2, or 3. Steve Nash career. What you give him?
We spoke about it, and with all due respect, I'm gonna give him a 2.
Okay.
I'm gonna give him a 2. Maybe if history would have been like, if he would have never got hurt in that series and they would have took the championship, maybe it would have been different. But as it is right now, it's a 2.
Okay. What about you, Sev?
You know what? I was going to give him a 3. But for that one series that Ben just mentioned, I'm going to back it up and go 2, because that series showed me something different about Nash. Like, I felt bad for him that series because I knew he was cheated. Yeah. But, like, I'm going to be honest with you, what he won MVP for, like the MVPs, it just ain't fair, man. Like, it just ain't fair.
Yeah,
That's all I'm saying.
and I'm gonna give him a 2 too. And that's the only, just the MVPs is what hurt him for me.
Right.
I can respect him more with 2 less MVPs. He'll have 81 points. I wouldn't have no problem with his career at all.
Right.
You know, and I don't know who got the lowest point average as an MVP, but he's probably close to it.
Definitely.
And I believe Stoudemire was impacting the team. Yeah, he was the one distributing the ball and everything, but I felt like Stoudemire, you know, so I guess it's the quarterback, so you might have to give it to the quarterback, you know?
Right.
I think Stoudemire was one of the better guys at his position than maybe Steve Nash was at his position.
Definitely.
Then I don't know because he led the league in assists 5 times. I don't know, you know? But then we go to Kawhi Leonard. I'm gonna go with you, Seb. Kawhi Leonard. 1, 2, or 3. How you feel?
I'll give him a 1.5. The reason being is because, like you said, you can't take away what Kawhi did. You can't take away what he did, even if it was just a 5-year period and he did all of those great things. He did it. Right, so I can't say he don't belong there.
I gotta cut you. We got like 50 seconds. B, what you feel?
That's it.
I'm gonna give him a 2. And I know I'm being strict on the claw, but the one in San Antonio, they already had a great team.
Hey, B.
The Toronto one, listen, it was a lucky shot. That could have bounced out.
Okay. I got to rush. We got like 30 seconds. I'm going to give him a 1. So you got a 1, a 1, and 2. This is GOAT Matches episode B. You was hard on Kawhi.
Hey, leave it on that was a lucky shot. In the show on that, baby.
This is GOAT Matches number 32. Hey, winners win, losers lose. We out, man. What else to say, man? I don't know what else to say.
Facts.
All right, peace.
Peace.